Hi everyone, gracias to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today I'm going to be sharing one of my favorite salad recipes with you. It's not a traditional Greek salad, but they do serve it in Crete in almost every restaurant, and it's so good. We're going to be making my Roka Salata. They call arugula rocket in other parts of the world. Greece is one of them. I believe Australia too. So they translated it to Roka, I guess in Greek, and it's so good. It has a sweet honey balsamic vinaigrette, and then you have the cheese in there. You can add either feta or parmesan, tomatoes, and arugula. The arugula is nice and peppery. It's so delicious, and it goes well with everything. Let's get started. The first step is toasting the pine nuts. I'm using pine nuts today, but you can feel free to use walnuts. They go great in the salad and are a perfect substitute. I actually make it more with walnuts than I do with pine nuts because pine nuts tend to be more expensive than walnuts, and I use walnuts in so many different recipes. So anyway, toast them over medium heat until they begin to get some color, and then toss them around, take them off of the heat. Try to keep an eye on them because they can get burned really quickly, and then you have to throw them away, and that just hurts. So set them aside while we make the balsamic vinaigrette. So in a little pitcher, we're going to begin with some honey. You can add as much or as little honey as you like. It is going to thicken the dressing, and it's also going to make it sweet. So 2 tablespoons is what I'm adding. Then lots of Greek olive oil, balsamic vinegar, whisk that all together, and then season it with a little bit of salt, pepper, and some dried oregano. Whisk it one more time and set it aside. Next, we're going to get the tomatoes ready. I'm using grape tomatoes because they're nice and sweet. Just slice them in half. If they're really big, you could slice them into 3 pieces. Set them aside, and then dried figs. Dried figs make the salad so good. I have 5 dried figs here. I'm just going to slice them up and set those aside. And now we're going to add the lettuce to a big bowl. So we need an equal amount of baby lettuce leaves and baby arugula. You can add more arugula to this. Actually, the arugula is what makes the salad taste so good because it's nice and peppery. The baby lettuces are very mild and tender, and it's just going to be a nice balance to the peppery arugula. I like to season them with a little pinch of salt and then add the dressing to them, toss them all together. You can add as much or as little dressing as you like. It's up to you, but the dressing is where most of the flavor is. So toss everything all together, add the tomatoes, the figs, and then toss it up one more time. You can serve it in this bowl, family style if you want, or transfer it to a serving platter like I am. And I also forgot to mention that you also have to add some either kefalotiri or some shredded Parmesan cheese. Now in Greece, the salad is not served with shredded Parmesan. We shave the cheese, mostly kefalograviera, because that's a local cheese. But this is all that I had on hand. I was completely out of big block of cheese, so I just had shredded on hand, and that's what I'm using, and it works perfectly. You could add some olives to this if you want. I've also made it with feta plenty of times, and it comes out really delicious. Once the salad is in the platter, I just like to garnish it with those toasted pine nuts, and it's ready to serve. So that's it. The salad literally comes together in 5 minutes. So the taste test. That is so good. I do make my salad dressing a little bit on the sweeter side. That's probably because I had it in a restaurant when I was in Crete. Actually, it was a pizzeria. And instead of pine nuts, they did candied walnuts. Oh my goodness, it was so good. And I feel like that would be a good salad to serve Thanksgiving time. I use the shredded Parmesan because that's what I had, and I'm a huge proponent of using what you have on hand. But traditionally, you would shave the cheese and put it on there, and it does taste better that way. Really good with the shredded as well. Kefalotiri is what we use in Crete. I didn't have any in my fridge today, so use what you got. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. The exact measurements are on the website, dimitrasdishes.com. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Gracias.